Dear brother, let's talk about the 10 biggest dream killers for men. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Become part of the Dear Brother community where grown men keep growing. Listen, the fear of failure, number one. The fear of falling short, it paralyzes us every time, man. What does it do? It stops us from starting. You ever went 10 years and say, man, I wish I had started that. I'd have been where I needed to be right now. See, failure is a teacher. It's not a death sentence, bro. So there's no need to be afraid of it. I tell my children that all the time, man. Just because you messed up doesn't mean you're a failure. What are we going to learn from it? How are we going to get better from it? Don't let failure keep you paralyzed, man. Start if it's small. Start if you're scared. Start if you don't have no support, man. Just start, because starting, man, is what makes you go forward, and starting attracts success to you. So just start, man. Start whatever it is. If you're going to start breaking that addiction, you're going to start being a better husband, you're going to start being a better father. Don't be afraid of the start, or you'll regret not starting, because time ain't going to wait for you to start. And what happens is we wind up getting embarrassed by time, because, again, we look up and it's 10 or 15 years and we saying, man, I should have just went ahead and did what I wanted to do in life, right? Lack of discipline. Lack of discipline is another one, man. Dreams fade. Dreams will fade on you, bro. Dreams will fade on you without you being consistent and having some type of action. Eventually that dream will fade. It's right there in your hand, man. Why aren't you going after it? So you got to get into this. You got to learn, man, that it's the consistency. Let me jump in here. Even if it's not something huge every day, the fact that you're thinking about it every day, the fact that you're moving on something on a daily basis says, look, this is important to me, and you can drive yourself forward. See, discipline is what happens is discipline outshines motivation. I want you to catch that, bro. This helped me in my life. Discipline outshines motivation. Motivation, man, it'll come and it'll go, but discipline is what keeps you on course no matter what's going on. Doesn't matter how small. Make it a daily habit, man, to approach in your approach. Make it a daily habit to approach something, because as long as it's stuck in your head, it doesn't move in your heart. As long as it's stuck in your heart, it doesn't move to your hands. Your hands is where you go. Don't get stuck thinking you're succeeding because it's on your mind, because you're not, bro. You're not. It has to move from your heart to your hands. And when it moves to your hands, then look, that's a promise you're making to yourself and to everybody you're going to affect. So keep on moving, bro, because it's small habits that lead to big victories every time. Another thing, number 3, negative self-talk. Watch how you talk to yourself. I say it all the time, man. You wouldn't let people talk to you like you talk to you. If half the time people said to you what you say to yourself, you would ask them, yo, who you talking to? Don't talk to me like that. You got to be willing to say that to yourself. Yo, don't talk to me like that. Because it's the negative voices in your head that's saying, look, this where you are, or this your credit score, or this the mistake you made, this what you did 10 years ago. Listen, there's always going to be that negative voice telling you what you can't be. But there has to be an inner voice saying, look, I'm going to absolutely be that. And I want to encourage somebody today, man, that you're not the last mistake you made. You're the next decision you're about to make. See, the voice inside of us, man, it becomes our biggest enemy. It's not everybody else all the time. It's easy to talk about who said and she said and my ex said and my mom said. But at the end of the day, man, the biggest enemy in our lives is our voice every time, right? So you got to challenge that inner criticism the same way you would challenge outward criticism. We give ourselves too many passes to be hard on ourselves. We give ourselves passes being mean to ourselves. So we got to replace that. Well, what do I replace it with, Chris? I replace it with affirmations. I start having good self-talk. I don't care if people think you crazy, bro. You crazy by not talking to yourself good. Affirm yourself. Don't wait for somebody else to affirm it. Go check out my video about giving yourself what you're waiting for. You got to give it to yourself. Affirm yourself. I've had to do it, man. I'm going to make it. I'm going to do this. For about 6 to 8 months, I woke up every morning feeling bad about myself, feeling like trash. I'm talking about before I can even pop my eyes open, negativity was going through my mind. I would have to wake up, man. I decided one day I'm not going to keep on starting my day like this. It was ruining me. I had to tell myself, no, you good, you strong, you going to do this, you in condition, right? I had to talk myself out of it. If your voice can break you down, your voice can build you up. Number 4, choose comfort over growth. Choosing comfort over growth is what stops you, bro. It's stopping you every time. When you choose that comfort over growth, you'll be stuck right where you are, wishing you had made a move. What comfort zones do to us, man, comfort zones, it suffocates our dreams. It does. Does it feel comfortable? Yeah, it's comfortable, but you're dying in that comfort. So what you have to do, man, is you got to get in pursuit of something, right? You got to get in pursuit. What pursuit does is it keeps you from being in that stagnant place where you're not apologizing to yourself over and over about what you haven't done, but you're pushing yourself towards what you're able to do. See, you got to embrace struggles, man. I know that sounds weird. Why should I embrace the struggle? Because it's sharpening you. That's the power of struggle. It's sharpening you. I never thought I would be homeless, bro. I never thought I would have to eulogize my baby. I never thought I would lose my dad when I was 27 and my mom at 32. I never thought I would be on a dialysis chair, right? But instead of dying, what I did was I embraced those struggles. And when I started embracing those struggles, what happened was I said, okay, I'm stronger than I ever thought I was. See, it's not about what people tell you about how strong you are. It's about what you are willing to tell yourself and then what you're willing to believe about yourself. Number 5, seeking validation kills dreams, right? When you always are chasing approval, you lose yourself. You lose yourself when you're always chasing approval. When you're waiting for somebody else to green light yourself, bro. Green light yourself because you got more in you than you give yourself credit for. See, it's about the power of self-approval. Self-approval. I approve me. I'm going to go do this. And no matter whether somebody pat me on the back or not, pat your own self on the back. Sometimes you got to lace up your own bootstraps. Tell yourself, get on up. I'm not living like this no more. You got to live out, man, personal conviction. Not because somebody said you should, but because you want to. I want this. I'm going after this. I'm tired of being stuck here. I'm tired of not having this or having that. Most of all, you got to get tired of not having you. Because even if you have those things outside of you, things come and things go. But you got to have you. Don't wait for a public applause, bro. Don't wait for nobody to cheer you on. You be your own cheerleaders. Cheerleaders will come. And the good thing about being your own cheerleader, when you hear other people cheering you, you'll know whether it's fake or real. Because everybody is cheering you is not happy for you. Right? So you'll be able to test whether this is real by how you talk to yourself. You'll be able to test even when you're looking at a dating experience by how you love yourself and treat yourself. You'll be able to say whether that woman is giving me what's real because I've done it for myself. Number 6, toxic relationships. Toxic relationships will hurt you every time. I'm coming out with a new book this week. I walked through the whole book of Proverbs for men and broke it down. And I talked about how Proverbs 31 is about a woman. Proverbs is a letter from a father to a son. And it's all about, hey, learn all these principles in 30 chapters of principle and wisdom. If you choose the wrong woman, it's all out the door. The wrong woman can derail your entire future, bro. The wrong woman would derail your entire future. I don't care how much you got going on for yourself. It's something about that emotional connection. If you choose the wrong woman, bro, you'll lose everything you work for. You got to know, man, guard access to your life. Everybody doesn't deserve full access to your life. Go check out another podcast I did about how to actually control access to your life. I think I did it yesterday or the day before, right? You got to recognize what draining connections are. What are these connections in my life that drain me? I don't care how much you love the person, how much you care, how much history you got. What is draining me? If this person is draining me, why do I leave this carve out for them? So choose the relationship that fuel you. Choose the woman that fuels you, not drains you. Because if she constantly drains you, man, she becomes part of this 10-piece dream killer. You don't want to date and fall in love with a dream killer. Why? It's simple. Your dream's going to die, homeboy. Lack of purpose. Number 7, lack of purpose. Lack of purpose is what makes us go and hide in corners, sit there hopeless, sit there aloof. No, you got a purpose, bro. Every man was born with it. See, without a clear why in your life, your dreams are dissolved. Why am I doing this? Why does it matter to me? Am I picking up something my family dropped off? Am I carrying the legacy of my father? Am I dropping off a bad legacy so I can build a new one? You got to have a why. And you got a why. When you talk about, some of us say, look, I don't got no purpose. You have a why. That's your purpose, right? So dig deep, man. You got to define your purpose. You got to align your actions with what you say you want to be. Because you can't say you want to be a thing and then every part of your activity goes against that. You hear what I'm saying? And so you got to realize this, bro. It's all about you now. It can't be about everybody else. It's all about your purpose. How do I find that? Look at the things in life you hate to see. Because most likely the things in life that you hate to see are the things you're called to change. That's one area of your purpose. I'm going to do a podcast because that's a whole podcast worthy about finding your purpose. Y'all got me excited. I might go home and do it tonight. Right? Number 8, procrastination. Overthinking. When you delay your action, it kills momentum, right? He's the old college basketball announcer used to talk about the big mo. He was talking about the big momentum. When the team has been scoring, hitting threes, don't go sit down and chill because it kills your momentum. When you do something great, don't delay your momentum. Don't sleep on yourself. Stop delaying. Stop saying tomorrow. Sometimes tomorrow never comes, bro. And if tomorrow comes, don't get yourself in a position where you're in tomorrow and you needed something from yesterday that you weren't willing to do, right? Indecision is going to hurt you. Indecision, what it does is it breeds regret. Now you live in a life of regret because of what you didn't do for yourself. See, this is where the remedy lies in you becoming the bold you. I'm not doubting whether you're bold, but have you been living bold, right? Have you been living bold? The next remedy is have imperfect action. See, some of us are held up because we're waiting for it to be perfect. It won't be perfect. Anything you put out there has to be perfected, bro. It has to be perfected. Number 9, unresolved shame, unresolved regret. See, our past can be right in your face, but you got to remember your past is your past. And anybody trying to chain you to your past deserves to stay in your past. See, our past can become chains to our future, right? So you got to learn how to release shame. I teach so much, man, on this podcast. Go scroll through these videos, bro. I did a whole one on releasing shame and what it is, the root of shame and how to release it, right? But you got to release this shame. You got to release the shame. You know what the biggest part of releasing shame? Forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself from where you were and what you did and the mistake you made. You didn't die there, right? So forgive yourself so you can have freedom to move on. And forgive other people that you're so angry at that's stopping you from moving on, right? Understand, when it comes down to redemption, bro, you gotta want to grow or you'll be stuck, not redeemed. Redeem yourself by having the desire to grow. And you got it, bro. You got the desire to grow. That's why you listen to this right now. That's why your soul is turning right now, because something in you desires to grow. So grow, bro. Don't miss the desire. Jump on that wagon and go and grow, right? Number 10, and I think this is one of the most dangerous things for all of us, addictions and escapism. Now, I don't want none of you brothers who saying, look, I ain't never done drugs. You think drugs is the only addiction? You think alcohol is the only addiction? You don't think food is addiction? You don't think self-hate is an addiction? Yeah, it's a whole lot of things that you can be an addict of. So don't just say I've never been on a drug. You could be addicted to sex as a blinder to you. See, because what these things do is they numb pain. They numb pain, and numbing your pain kills your dreams. You talk to any doctor, they're going to tell you pain is good because pain is a signal that something needs to be fixed. So don't try to numb your pain, because numbing it don't mean it's gone. It means it's hidden. You got to address in your life the addictions that have you bound. Again, whether it's substance, whether it's entertainment, whether it's constant distraction, right? These things rob us of true focus. They rob us of the energy we need to be the men of our own dreams, not of everybody else's, but our own, right? So you got to reclaim control. And that's a choice you got to make. I'm choosing to reclaim control. I'm not letting everybody else control me. I'm not letting their opinions control me. I'm not letting how they feel control me. Reclaiming your control is up to you. And it starts within, man. It starts within. Hey, man, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, man. Thank you for hanging out with me today, man. I really appreciate all the new subscribers, bro. I really appreciate it. Hey, man, I love you. But you got to make sure you love you, because that's the most important thing. Live this life every day with no fear, no shame, and no compromise. Doesn't mean every day is going to be perfect, but live it out with no fear, no shame, and no compromise. Hey, if you've been here before, you know how I'm going to end it. If you've never been here before, learn it right now. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. All you got is right now. What you going to do with it? What you going to do about it? Hey, man, thanks for hanging out with me. Check out the next video on the screen. Love you, dude. Staying tall. I'm with you. Peace.